That's the truth. I'm telling a lot of
You got to
women
turn
that
YouTube off in the background.
what
Sorry.
What do you got for me?
Okay, well, first of all, love your channel. I think you do great work. I more want to know what you
Okay.
would advise for like a early 20s. Yes, I know sometimes you don't like the early 20s women, but what you would advise for someone who has seen the struggle and doesn't want to replicate that. I didn't go to school for my degree. I work in social media marketing, but there's nothing like super stability about that. And I more want to be taken care of. So I do the necessary things, compatible and sweet and all those things. I want to know more like, I mean, in COVID, you can't really do much, but like, what do you recommend?
Okay, I'm not sure on the question because first you said something about being early 20s and that I don't like it or what?
Well, I mean, typically the younger the girl, the more you kind of like are like, all right, girl.
It depends on what she's saying.
Well, I'm saying, what
Yeah,
would you
yeah.
advise for?
Hold on. Well, I need to respond to that because I can't just leave that out there. When a young woman's coming in giving her opinion, that's fine. But when she starts giving advice, I have to balance that out against her lived experience and her knowledge. So you can have an opinion, but when you give advice, it needs to be against something that's credible. That's when I tend to
Okay,
brush it
sorry
off.
about that.
All right.
That was
So
definitely.
you're younger, and you want, what do you want?
I want your advice on what you think I should do to get the lifestyle I want.
I don't know what lifestyle you want. So let's start there. How old are you?
23.
And what do you want to be married?
Yes.
You want children?
Yes.
How many?
2.
Two. You know what comes next? Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with the first child?
I would not like to pay significant bills.
All right. And do you live in the northeast, south, or west of the country?
Right now, I live in the West, but I'm from the South. That's probably where I'd go back to.
Okay. Um, so how much would a man need to take? How much would a man need to make to fund the kind of lifestyle that you and your two children? How much would he need to make annually to provide the kind of lifestyle you want?
I would like minimum 300,000 a year.
And that's like Atlanta dollars. Okay. So what kind of men make that kind of money? What do they do? Just some professions.
Athletes, CEOs, doctors, lawyers.
Okay. Athletes. Let me go ahead and turn this. Athletes, CEOs of what?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
Well, see, that's part of the problem, right? Because you can identify what you want, but when I'm starting to ask you to fill it out, it starts to get vague. What are some of the give me some what are some jobs that you think, well, how about this? At what age do you think a man starts making around $300,000 or more?
30.
30. All right.
Yeah.
What's the oldest man you've ever dated?
Early 30s.
What, early 30s meaning 31 or what?
Like 35.
All right. So, number one, and what percentage of men earn $300,000 or more in this country?
I'm not sure of the number.
Less than 5%.
Okay.
So it sounds to me that you really don't have a firm grasp on reality of men and earning in this country. Because the first thing that came out of your mouth was athletes. That's concerning to me.
Well, I didn't mean if they were, husband material.
Well, but when I asked you, but it's still concerning. And then CEOs. See, you have to understand what it is you want and the reality of getting it. You want an exceedingly small group of men, and men don't start earning that kind of money until their late 30s. Between 45 and 55 is when men earn that kind of money, not early 30s.
Okay.
So would you want to be married to a man who's 45?
Preferably no. We probably would clash.
Why?
We have different interests.
What do you mean?
I feel like he probably would be a little bit further progressed than me, and we wouldn't be able to see eye to eye on things.
What did he need to see eye to eye with you on?
Say that one more time.
What does he need to see eye to eye with you on?
I mean, let me rephrase that. I feel like we probably wouldn't have that much chemistry because I have talked to guys around that age, and I feel like um, we just don't have as much chemistry.
I don't care about
Like I
chemistry.
have to put certain parts of myself away to be more
Ma'am, I don't know what you're talking about. Chemistry, what does that mean?
like I don't know, just the younger. I have to be more mature and more like less youthful. Does that make sense?
Nope.
Well then I don't know how to word it. I could do it, but I would feel like I would be less of myself, less youthful, less.
I gotta be really direct with you then.
Go ahead.
Then date men, then you don't want to look, sweetheart.
Go ahead. Tell me.
You're not the asset. He is.
Mm-hmm.
You see, you guys want it all. You want chemistry and love and connection. When you want a man who's making $300,000 a year, so you don't have to work, I got news for you. You are going to have to get on his program. So if you got to put up the whatever the youthful stuff is, that's the cost of entry to get a man who's earning that kind of money. If not, go deal with a guy who's 26 years old or 27 years old making $50,000, $70,000 a year, and you got to work.
Okay.
Because what I'm hearing from you is you don't seem to understand. Number one of the problems in our community is we prize youth. Black people value and prize youth. When I say dating older, it in our community, it's like a taboo. In other communities, it makes perfect sense, especially if you want a higher standard of living. You have to marry a man who is earning that. Look at your president. How many years older is he than his wife?
Are you asking me?
Huh?
Are you asking me?
Yeah. Donald Trump is about how old do you think his wife is?
I don't know, 40, 50?
She's not 74. And that's the point.
Okay.
So
what do you recommend I do?
I don't think you're gonna. How tall are you?
5'9".
Dress size?
4 to 6.
4 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
157.
All right. I don't think you'd be really cut out for the kind of man you're talking about.
Why?
Because one, you're going to have to get on his program. He's not going to get on yours. Chemistry, all these other kind of things. That's love talk. That's for young people. That's not for women who want to be, huh?
No, I'm listening. Go ahead, sir.
You want physical shit, and you can have that, but it's gonna be struggle love. You want to be taken care of. You want to be taken care of. Then that means a man who's making that kind of money, he's gonna be at a certain place in his life. And here's the thing: what is he gonna need from you? And it sounds like you said you're gonna clash, and I'm gonna tell you why you clash, because you wouldn't know how to serve a man at that level. Have you ever served a man?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Where?
I mean, I'm from the South, so we kind of.
I don't know, ma'am. I don't know. I'm just, as a 23. What's your longest relationship?
Year and a half.
How old was he?
You're not gonna like it. He was young. He was my age. It was years ago.
Okay. And how long ago? Years ago, ma'am. You're 23.
It was when I was 20, but I haven't dated anyone my age since I was 20.
Why? Okay. Why not?
Because I want to be taken care of.
Yeah.
I was more asking if I could have someone that I enjoy spending time with.
I don't okay, but what I'm trying to explain to you is,
yes, sir.
Your mindset seems to be set up incorrectly. Okay. It's not about what you want. It's what
Okay.
value can you deliver to a man who's in the top 5% of earners? You're competing
Okay.
with the women around him. That's what
Mhm.
you're competing with. You're competing with women who are already, you're competing with all the women who don't want to work. What are you bringing to the table at 20 that's different than those women? And so
Okay.
when I hear, talk about chemistry and things you'd have to sacrifice, you're already in the, dating a guy at that age is one thing. Yeah, guys will date you, the
Mhm.
possibility of sex, but marrying you now, because it doesn't sound like you're really in it for anything other than what you want. You want to be taken care of. Okay, well, what is he going to get for taking care of you?
What
What is
should
he
he
going
get?
to? Hmm?
I mean, the
What
agreeableness, right? That's what you always say. The agreeableness and
agreeableness is standard
fit-
though.
fitness.
Okay, agreeableness is standard.
Okay.
The so sex is standard. Children standard.
Mhm.
Agreeableness is standard.
Mhm.
What is he going to get special about you that he cannot get from the dozens and hundreds of women who want a man on his level?
I don't know. We probably all are competing in the same way,
Exactly, which is why your mind isn't set up in the
which
right
is
way.
why I
So,
gotta settle for some things.
well, it's not settled. Which you don't see. I need you guys to take this word "settle" out. This settled word is bothering you. You don't qualify for anything better. It's just like saying I settled to go to, University of Georgia when you wanted to go to Ivy League, but you didn't have Ivy League grades or Ivy League SATs. You didn't settle. You got them where you could get. And at 23, the kind of women who get a man, and do you care what race he is?
No, no, sir.
All right. So you said you dated a man who was older and you guys clashed.
No, we didn't clash. I just knew I had to be less of myself.
And what does that mean?
Like, he was a white guy, so
Okay.
like there were certain things I wouldn't talk about, certain
But
ways I wouldn't talk, like certain
man,
jokes I wouldn't make.
I
Like,
don't know what
I
that
think it's a
means.
childish thing. Like, I don't know. I'm more of like a funny, charismatic type, so I felt like I had to
Okay.
limit
Well, you had to be a grown up.
that. Yes,
Welcome to the world.
but I feel like I would have a more enjoyable time in the company of someone more like me. Is that wrong to like want someone of a high status who's like I can enjoy
No.
their company more?
Okay. Okay. You want it all. Listen to me very carefully. You cannot
How
have it
is that
all.
all? That's like a
All right.
simple thing, no?
No, it's okay. But you want him to make $300,000 a year. Pay attention. The man who's making that kind of money is working 12, 10, 12, 14 hours a day. He's a serious man. He's
Hmm.
ambitious. He's driven. And a wife is going to be, I don't think you ladies understand what it takes for a man to be at that level. And what you're saying is you couldn't be youth. That's exactly why, man. You are not ready. You're not really cut out for a man at that level. He's a
Hmm.
serious man and he doesn't need a 23-year-old girl. He needs a
Hmm.
woman. That's not an offense, but where are your woman skills?
Okay, I understand.
Do you?
Yes, sir.
What are your woman skills? How can you help a man who's 40?
Well, I guess being a helpmate, biblical terms, supporting. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And that's why
The
and
support
this
second
and the
thing
reason I
is
ask these hard questions is because women, young ladies like yourself,
uh-huh.
to overlook the men that really would be a good fit for you emotionally
Uh-huh.
because you're looking for a money outcome. Ma'am,
Who do you think would be a fit for me emotionally?
uh look, yeah, I'm not done with this part of it because
Okay.
here's the reason I'm about done with it because I 72% of women in this country, mothers, have to work full or part time.
Mhm.
I don't know why so many black women don't want to work. and then you deliver nothing of value that's special.
Tell me what I need to deliver, and it'll be done.
All right. Destiny. Uh,
Hello, Kevin.
hello. I'm just. Oof. You would never work with a man like myself or a man on my level. You no way. I mean, let me do this real quick. Look,
Take your time.
hold on. Let me just tell you, you're cute, and you're probably
Okay.
used to getting by on your looks, but that ain't special, sweetheart.
Okay.
And you cannot step to a man who's got his shit together, who's going somewhere in life, thinking you're the prize.
Okay.
Your attitude is wrong, and you're looking for a quick fix. Deal with men on your emotional level because you're not a woman. You're still in the girl phase. Girls need boys. Women need men. That's why I tried to cut it down, because even the way you're asking questions is out of line. And I'm trying not to check you because you're young. You're out of line for what it is you want. You don't qualify for it. If you didn't look the way you thought, where you look, and you wouldn't be asking for what you're asking for. You'd be asking for a regular guy.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
You're still going. Go ahead, Destiny. You can ask a question so
Okay.
I can be done with it. Go ahead and ask your question. Go ahead, young lady, ask your question, and
Okay.
I'll get under Destiny. Go ahead.
I don't want to be a little girl who needs a little boy. What do you recommend I do to qualify for the men that I want?
This is where the school's going to come into play. You guys are going to have to learn how to do all this stuff, because unfortunately you didn't learn when you were at home in the community. You didn't learn it. So I don't begrudge you, but where'd you go to college?
Didn't go.
You didn't go?
No, sir.
All right. Well, so you graduated high school.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Where do you live?
I live in Los Angeles.
With who? Do you live by yourself?
Yes, sir.
Who you live with?
By myself.
All right. You don't have to go to school for it, because I don't know, you didn't learn it. And I can't, and I don't want to get too much further into it. You didn't go to college. That's a whole range of people around your age and dating that you missed out on. So going straight from high school, it's going to be really hard for a high school. And I mean, and so it's going to be real hard for a high school graduate to be talking about a man in the top 5% of earners. There's a lot of stuff. And if you want that, I don't know why you want it, other than the fact is you don't want to work, but you don't get it just because you want it. You have to earn it and deserve it before you get it.
I'm going to college.
Never mind. I don't even. Never mind. Because never mind.
I don't understand, ma'am. You were talking
Let's
about high
forget that.
value men and confidence.
I just was saying once upon a time, because I'm 33, so it's like I met quite a few men in my time. It's just the type of guys that I actually like. If when I get them, I don't know, it's like I believe. It's not saying that I believe. I know it's a confidence thing, because it's like it's not that I can't obtain it or I can't get it. It's
What do you mean by high
I
value?
have it
What do you
now.
mean by what do you mean by high value? Are you talking about the kind of money these guys make?
Just it's actually, sir, it's not even about the money. It's about the mentality. I like I like alpha males. I really
You like
do.
alpha
That's just
male.
my thing.
Okay. Do you have any children?
I have one son,
Oh, okay.
and I had him at 27. I'm 33.
And high value men tend to make on the higher side of the income bracket too.
Yes, this is true. I'm not denying that.
So you're looking for a man that's like a 6-figure guy?
He don't have to be 6 figures. All I'm saying is that I just want someone that has class, that has value, basically.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. It's not even about a money thing.
Well, where's the father of your child?
He's around. He's around. He helps. He take care of his son. There's nothing wrong with that. He's definitely not the issue. He's a good person. He's a good person.
But why aren't you guys
That's
together?
all I can say.
Was he a high value man? Was he a high value man?
Very valued. He's valued.
No. No.
Very.
He was. Say again. He was very valued.
He's he's in my eyes. To me, he's high value. He has his stuff together. He's he's a good man. He is. He's a great man. But
so whoa. But if he's a high value man, and he's a great man in your eyes and has his stuff together, and you already have a baby with him, why are you out here trying to find another one? Why don't you just get with the one you got?
Well, sir, I mean, he said that I was too good for him, like I was too nice, basically.
Okay.
He, in my eyes, he prefer more girls that kind on the hood side. I'm not exactly that. I like to hold conversations. I like to learn things. I like to do things. He's not quite that type of person, which I knew.
So why did you give him? So why did you give him? Hold on. Right. Then why did you give him a baby?
Well, honestly, I kept him because I honestly.
Why did you give him a? No. You gave this man a child, and I'm asking you, why'd you have a baby with this man if he wasn't? See, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Okay.
Why'd you have a kid with a man who ain't worth being with?
Honestly, I had a kid because I didn't want to have an abortion, and I was old enough and kind of doing, good enough to have him. I mean, we were good, but once the baby came, he just kind of flipped. I don't want to. Okay. Yeah, he kind of flipped basically.
All right, ma'am. The reason I ask you is because you came on talking about confidence and changing and high value, and you're all over the place. I'm just not getting it. And again, another one.
All I was saying, just to answer.
Well, you can't answer the question you were answering, ma'am. Is see, when your life is chaotic like this, it's hard for people to take your opinion seriously.
Okay, that's fair.
Ladies, people are calling in to get advice, and they're listening to a woman who says she confidence and this and that and can change, but you're not doing it in your own life. I want a high value man. I want an alpha male. All right. What about your ex? Well, he's a good man and a great character. Well, why aren't you with him? Well, because he ain't that. What?
Well, no.
No, ma'am. No, I've heard enough. I've heard what you had to say. It doesn't make a lot of sense, and that's okay. But I would say this: high value men have something to do with income first. And men of a certain status do not want to be a stepfather to a woman who is a baby mama. Okay. You're not a widow. You're not a divorcee. You're a single. I don't call them single mothers. I call them baby mamas. And high value men.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, you call into the show, so See, here's the problem. When a lot of women like yourself speak on high value men like you've had them, and you haven't, you make it seem common. You did not have a high value man, but you tried to say like you did. And like you're a woman on that level, and you're not. That's a problem. Just be who you are and embrace it.
I'm understanding what you say, but listening to your other shows versus blue collar versus white collar and all that stuff, when I think of a high value man, whether it's white collar or blue collar, I just think of a man who has standards. And not saying that my son's father wasn't a good person or whatever. I should have left when I had a chance to, which is true.
But you had a
Honestly, I
baby with
didn't
him.
think.
You had a baby with him.
No, well,
And what kind of, and what did he
no
what did he do
excuses.
for a living? What was his job? What was his job title?
Well, he's in construction welding, but it's like temp job. But
So he
he
was not
comes from
fully
a
employed. Oh,
well-off.
ma'am, he was not fully employed. You said temp
No,
jobs. That
he
means not full.
wasn't. But he's the
Ma'am,
type of.
not fully employed, meaning 2,000 hours a year. Temp job means temporary, meaning not full. He was not fully employed. Not. I'm just getting the facts. I'm just getting the stuff straight. You were dealing with a man. You were having unprotected sex with a man who was not fully employed, and you had a child by a man who's not fully employed. He may be a nice guy. I'm not. I'm certainly not going to run him down. I don't do that. But what I'm saying is, men are looking at the chaotic details of a woman's life, and they're not high value. A man with standards will not touch this. And it sounds like the man you're talking about that you had a child with did not even meet your minimum qualifications for your standard for you to stay. So how are you talking on high value?
Sir, I take my faults. I understand completely what you're saying. Like I said, I did have a child by a man who was
Ma'am,
working at
the
the
man
temporary
you the
job
man
place.
you're not with, the man you had a child with is not even up to your minimum standard for you to remain with him.
So this is 5 years ago. I'm not giving no excuse. Like I said, when I had a chance to leave, I should have left.
I'm sorry. Let's do that again. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. We have so many women running around talking about high value this, high value that, and you don't have no high value, man. He ain't even high enough value for you to stay with him. I'm tired. Hey.
My question is, how can
What's your
a
first name?
younger Destiny?
Okay, go ahead.
How can younger women like me connect with an older guy? I was once
How old
in
are
a
you? How old are
20,
you?
26.
Okay. Connect with an older guy?
Yeah, I was dating a guy. He told me he was 35, but he ended up being 42. And the relationship just ended. So I just kind of felt like once I knew his age, I really couldn't connect with him, and I just didn't know.
Why?
I
Well,
just felt
first,
like
let me. How old was he? 45.
no, he told no, he told me he was 35, but he ended up being 42.
So he was all of 9 years old. He was. He told you. So
He
you
told me he was 35.
and you're 26. So
Yes,
he
and he
told you
ended
he
up
was
being
9 years
42.
older than. Okay. So how old is? Where's your dad?
He's not in my life.
Exactly. Tell her what she wins, Bob. She wins a list of daddy issues. Because women worldwide tend to prefer to date older men because older men tend to have already got all the game and stuff out of our system. We tend to be ready for relationships. We've had time to get out here and work and acquire resources. So, yeah. But if you didn't have a dad in your life, it's hard to look at a man, see what a man was supposed to do. What's the oldest man outside this last guy? And what's your longest relationship?
A year and a half.
And how long ago was that?
That was two years ago.
And why did you guys break up?
I found out he had someone else.
He was cheating?
Yes.
How did you find that out?
I was just over his place and she showed up.
What'd she say?
Who are you? it was a big mess, and I'm just like, I just don't need it. I feel like I'm young enough to move on and
So
to
what's the
find
oldest
someone.
what's the oldest man you would want to date?
I would say 35. And I think that's why he said it.
Okay. And do you want to be married?
I do.
All right. Do you want to have children one day?
I absolutely do. Yes.
How many?
4 or 3.
Okay. And what city do you live in?
Kansas City, Missouri.
All right. Midwest. So, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with your first child?
I would say, yeah. I realize that we live in a world that it's almost required nowadays to live comfortably. So I wouldn't mind. I would definitely do that.
I said, do you want to have to though?
I don't want to have to, but I know realistic, I would.
Here's the problem with that answer. Most relationships break up. Money is cited as a problem, and women who say they wouldn't mind really do mind. And I'm just trying to ask you, what do you want? You mean you want to work until you're pregnant? You want to be on your feet working through the eighth month, 8 month and 2 weeks. Then you want to take off the last 2 weeks, go into labor, have a child, and then 12 weeks after you have that child, you want to go back to work. And then you want to do that again and get pregnant 3 to 6 months in the line and then do that again. And then another 3 to 6 months, get pregnant and do that again.
Yeah,
You have 3 kids in daycare.
I have a profession between photography and massage that I can take my kids with me.
Oh shit. Here we go. We're at it. Massage therapist. God damn it. Are you an actress too? Yes.
No, I said photography and
Of course.
massage.
So you don't have a real job. You don't have a real job. Sorry, man. My ex-wife was a massager. You don't have a real job. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm just getting. I know what I'm talking about. So all this, you don't mind working. You ain't trying to. Anyway, let's get right to the rubber meets the road. How much would a man need to be able to make to support a family and a wife with 3 kids to give him a middle class lifestyle?
I would say 2K, 250. Maybe 250. Maybe in the Midwest.
Okay, it's closer to 350, but that's all right. I'm still trying to be stuck on the fact that you're okay with working. I don't really believe that. I just don't. But I'll take it that. But the thing is, you don't have a profession where you're going into work. So when you're thinking of work, you mean you would be all right trying to give deep tissue massages at 8 months pregnant?
That's when I will do for more photography work.
Right. You're hoping you would do more photography work. How much money have you made as a photographer?
Around 30,000.
Over what period of time?
A year.
$30,000 in 1 year. How much did you make as a massage therapist?
I'm still getting into that right now.
All right. So you're living on $30,000 a year.
Well, I also have a main job with doing post office, but yeah.
You said okay. How much do you make annually?
I make plus the around 80.
What's your main job?
Post office.
Government work.
Yes.
All right. Why is all this relevant, man? Because I need to understand how long have you been working for the post office?
I've been doing that for about 5 years now.
All right. So, and are you in the office? You a letter carrier? What kind of stuff we're talking about?
Letter carrier.
All right, ma'am, you're not. I find it hard to believe you want to be pregnant carrying letters at 8 months pregnant. And do you know anybody with children? Do you know anybody with kids?
Yeah, I have a lot of friends with kids.
How much is newborn newborn care monthly?
Say it again.
How much is newborn care monthly? Like daycare, that kind of stuff. How much is that cost for a newborn?
I know some people I spoke to say it's about maybe 300, 200 a week. So roughly around almost 1,000.
For newborn care? Do some Google searching, but I think your number is low.
No, I wouldn't think
ma'am,
so.
I have a kid. I know the business. I didn't ask you questions. I don't ask questions I don't know the answer to. I just say I want you to go find it out yourself. But anyway, let's see. It sounds admirable, but if 3 kids in the Midwest, you're going to. If you're still looking for somebody to make $250,000 to supplement your income of whatever you're making, how much would you want to have to make annually in addition to your husband's income? How about that?
I want to make 100K.
What percentage of women in this country make $100,000 or more? What percentage of women in this country make $100,000 or more annually?
I'm not sure.
Guess.
Roughly 60.
See what I mean, guys? Women don't know cost. 3% of women in this country 3 to 4% of women in this country make $100,000 or more. And you say 60?
I'm almost there.
You just skipped over something that was very important to tell me how close you are. 3 to 4% of women in this country make 6 figures. And you're saying you're almost there. Congratulations. And I mean no disrespect to what I'm about to say. I really need you to understand. I mean no disrespect. But the bulk of your income comes from unskilled labor. It comes because you're employed by the federal government. You didn't negotiate that salary. You didn't go get any special skills to earn that money. You apply for a well-paying job with government benefits. But if you were to lose that job, do you have the skills to make $100,000 a year? And the answer is no. That's what I need you to understand.
Right.
And I need everybody to understand what your skills are worth. So I think you need to rearrange your idea of what money is, because you thinking women are that making that much money is incredible. And why it's all important is because How old would a man need to be making around $250,000 a year?
I would say upper 30s.
Upper 30s.
38,
Right.
40.
Right. So again, if you want a man who's a higher earner, you're gonna have to deal with older men.
And that's why I called in, just to see the connection. Could there be a connection dating an older guy? Because we have totally different interests.
The thing is, you're gonna have to get on his. Well, the thing is, the connection is not it's for you to get on his plan. He's the commodity. He's the prize in this scenario. He's the catch, because he's the one that will be carrying the bulk of the financial load for the family. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care about love and chemistry or anything like that. Marriage is a practical thing. It's a business.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're talking about makes no sense to me, especially when you start putting financial restraints on it. Are you used to men chasing you?
No. I think that these last two have been.
Go ahead.
They went after me, but no, I'm not used to it.
See, and what I said about getting on, it's a woman's job to look and see how she can nest in a man's situation. It's my job to provide a place for you to nest. I mean, if a man's having to go out and make $250,000, $300,000 a year, he's putting in hard work, long hours. He doesn't have time to try to romance you and all this other kind of stuff. He's putting in 12, 14-hour days. And this is one of the problems. I think so many of you young ladies really don't know what it takes to make the kind of money you're talking about. Think the kind of money you're talking about is a lot more available and easy. Case in point, you think 60% of women, thought that was a reasonable number to say 60% of women in the country make over $100,000. Then where are the poor women if the majority of women are making over six figures? You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And at 26, you should have a far more grown-up look on life and relationships. If you want to have a middle-class standard of life and due respect, you didn't go to college, right?
Yes, I did.
Did you graduate?
Yes.
And then you went to work at the post office?
Yeah, I was going into management.
What's your degree in?
Accounting.
How much student loan debt are you
in? I'm not in much. Roughly 10,000.
Okay. Why didn't you use your degree?
I just couldn't really get into anything, and that was an easy.
You graduated. You graduated on time?
Did I graduate on time? No.
What year did you graduate?
Graduated 2015.
5 years, ma'am. You graduated on time, roughly. So in 5 years, you couldn't find an accounting job?
No, I couldn't.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
No.
Stop.
No, I really couldn't.
Listen. You went to college to get a degree for nothing then. And this is why dad is so important. There's no way in hell you should have gone to college, get a degree in accounting to go work at the post office. See, if you told me I couldn't get a job right out of school and I needed to pay bills, that's one thing. But you should have still been looking for an entry-level accounting job anywhere. But you took the easy path, the government money. But unfortunately, ma'am, that means 0 on your resume. If they were to lay you off next month, you would be an entry level worker anywhere. You wasted 5 years of employment time. I get it. The money is probably more at the post office than you could have made as an entry level accountant. But that's short term.
Mm-hmm.
See, if you had been doing entry level accounting stuff, you could have actually been in a position to run accounting out of your home, a bookkeeper or something like that. Non-physical labor that you could do for a husband, or not creative work that's extremely competitive and low end, like photography. See, this is the difference with what a lot of non-black people do. Women are actually saying, you know what? I'll have a degree that can I actually work for someone, but I can also translate and work from home as a housewife. Or if my husband owns a business, I can be his bookkeeper. But you have no experience in that. And that's a gap. That's why men are so important, because we don't allow you to just get out here and flutter around like you guys are doing, just because the money is better.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
I know. So when did you stop looking for a job in accounting?
For a while, once I
Exactly. So you didn't even try, man. You stopped trying.
Right.
Okay. So what I need you to hear is the kind of man you're talking about is a man that's driven. The top 5% of men in this country earn the kind of money you're talking about. The top 5%. And you're saying that I work at the post office. I'm a massage therapist working at the post office. I'm a photographer, and I'm trying to become a massage therapist. And you're talking to a man who's structured, disciplined, and a high earner, and your stuff is all over the place. That's why when you said it, I already did 3 broadcasts on women that high value men avoid. And it's because of this chaotic, kind of flighty mindset. Men like the guys I described cannot see how you would be an asset to him. As what could he turn over to you? Even if he had a business, what could he turn over to you? What could you run for the business, for the family? So
yeah.
So what I'm saying is, why are you becoming a massage therapist?
It's a business that is in my family, and eventually is going to be passed down to me. I'm a spa, so just going to get into that trade.
Somebody already owns the business?
Yes.
Who?
My mom.
Can't make this shit up. So you're going to go get you're going to go get licensed with the state. How much is an hour massage in your city?
The average massage would be on the high end 80, so around 60, 75.
Yeah, 60, 75 at Massage Envy. $45, 45 to 50 at Massage Envy. So you'd have to ma'am, my ex-wife was this, and I'm telling you, it's not a profitable business. It's a business of flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is fine as a single woman, post office, photographer, massage, but you don't really sound like you even have time to date with all this other stuff going on. Yeah, I would say book a session. There's too much going on here. But I don't foresee this ending well. Especially if your mom is a massage therapist.
No,
do you have any sisters?
She owns a spa, Yeah, I
Okay.
own a sister. She just moved down to Dallas.
Right. And where are the men in your family?
My two brothers are
How
one
old
just
is
came back
how old are they?
20 28, and then one is 25.
They're not men yet. You got a bunch. You book a session. Because if you don't correct this ship and get a course, a ditch is very likely in the future. Because it sounds to me like you have a family full of creatives, and no male structure. I've seen this picture before many times, and it doesn't end well.
I'm good. How are you?
How old are you?
22.
22?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me turn your microphone down because you awful kind of loud up in this mug. So what?
Sorry.
No problem. What up, dog? Iron shit. So what did I get wrong?
I don't really think you got anything wrong. I just had I wanted to clarify something.
Okay.
So I noticed that you tend to take the most issue with women who approach you and they say they want someone who will take them out of work. Basically, they'll take care of them, and they don't have any idea of like how much that would cost them or how much they would have to work to get to that position. So me personally, I don't necessarily.
No, I don't accept that. But go ahead and ask the question. I don't accept that as a position that I have.
Okay,
I don't have a position with any woman who wants something. That's what you want. That's what you want. I just ask you, do you know what it's going to require to get it?
Yeah.
And then I do have an issue with somebody who wants a Mercedes and they got money for a bicycle.
Right.
That's reasonable.
Right. But my question to that would be, me personally, I don't necessarily want somebody to like take me out of the game. I don't see myself like necessarily ever not having an income. Like even if I were to be with a man who makes $500,000 a year, I would still be more comfortable.
Here's what I need to do. Turn off the YouTube channel. Stop watching yourself. Because I'm getting background noise. Is your YouTube channel on in the background?
My TV was on, but I don't.
Okay, so at 22 years old, do you want to get married?
Yes.
Do you want to? How many children do you want?
I want to have like 8 kids. I love kids.
8 children?
Yeah, I just want to keep. Kiki Wyatt. I want to do what she's doing.
Okay, Kiki who?
Kiki Wyatt.
Yeah,
the singer.
And who's she married to?
I'm not sure.
Right. But you want 8 children. How much does it cost to raise the average child in the United States of America?
I think it was 200. It was either $200,000 or $20,000.
Excuse me?
It was either $200,000 like throughout their lifetimes, or like 20,000. It was in that 2 range.
Right, and right, $200,000. So you want $1.6 million in children. That's what you want. 8 children times 200,000 is $1.6 million. What do you do for a living?
I am a microbiologist.
So you're broke.
I wouldn't consider that.
Okay. Who do you work for?
I work for a pharmaceutical company.
How much do you make annually?
I make $50,000 a year.
Where do you live?
At the moment.
What city?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Okay, you're not broke. You're middle class.
Yeah.
At $50,000 a year, can you afford 1 child?
Yes.
You can afford 1 child at $50,000. Can you afford 2?
Probably no.
Right. But in affording 1 child, would you have a home or an apartment?
With 1 child on 50,000, I would more than likely have an apartment.
Right. And is that how we think we should be raising kids?
No.
So we're gonna keep on moving, man. $50,000 is enough for 1 woman to live a single young woman's life in an apartment. But it's not enough to live a successful life where you can buy a home, travel, have savings, have insurance, have have investments, have life insurance, have all the things that get people out of paycheck to paycheck and lead to a generational wealth. 8 children, you would need a man making how much money annually?
You said
8.
at least one.
No.
You said 1.5.
In order to have 3 children, you need a guy making around $350,000. So you need to have a man that's $1 million for 8 children. At this the numbers. Well, even if you trimmed it back in St. Louis, it's not mathematically directional proportional. So closer to around $800,000 to make sure that every child has their room. Every kid, when they turn 16, will have access to a car or a vehicle, even if there's some overlap. Every child could go to college of their choice if they wanted to. The daughters could have their weddings paid for. The kids could have some sort of starter fund, such and so forth. Will you ever make that kind of money in your lifetime with a microbiology degree?
No, not
right.
by myself.
So, how tall are you?
5'7".
Dress size?
Size 6.
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
$148.
Mm-hmm.
148.
Right. And what would you give yourself on a look scale? 1 to 10, 0 to 10, you cannot use 7.
I guess if you give me an adjustable 6, I can be really pretty and I can be really bummy.
When was the last time you wore your hair?
Last month.
Is that a wig or is that?
This is a weave, yeah.
Okay. How long is your hair?
It's right here when it's straightened, but I have 4C hair. So when it's condensed, it's like up here.
So why would you not wear your hair if it's shoulder length when straightened?
I just prefer to wear longer hair.
Yeah, but most high value men don't like women with weave.
Mm-hmm.
So in St. Louis, how many men are running around? Do you want a black man or do you care?
I prefer a black man.
So how many near millionaire black men are running around St. Louis?
None that I know of.
Right.
Yeah. But I was saying, to go back to, not to negate what you were saying, but I was just asking, me personally, I don't, just off the idea of like somebody having like all of the burden on them, I would prefer to still have an income just to help my man. Or
yeah, ma'am, let me just go ahead and knock this out. Kiki Wyatt, this woman with children. How many kids do you say she has?
I think she just had her, I believe.
She's married in 2010 to Michael Jamar. Michael Ford, the ordained minister. The Wyatt family reality show. As 2013, they had 6 children by her first. So she got 3 different baby daddies, actually 4 now. 4 different baby daddies. Now I got to ask you, this is the woman you said you like what she's doing.
Oh, I didn't say it in that context.
No. You liked her children, right?
Yeah, I like that she.
But that's what you put out there. But why do you look up to a woman with 8 children by multiple men?
Well, me personally, I love kids.
Okay, but ma'am, why not just say you looked up to Claire Huxtable? Had them all with her husband. Why would you look up to a woman with 8 children by all these men on a reality show?
I might have used a bad example. I do apologize.
No, it's not. It's right. It's kind of right in line. It's kind of right in line with what you're talking about. You're in a fantasy world.
Mm-hmm.
You're a microbiologist. You're a cute girl. You're making average money, living in St. Louis. And you're running around here talking about 8 children. And no, where in the world? And you're how old again?
22.
What's the longest relationship you've had?
2.5 years.
How long ago was that?
That ended in December of the last year.
Right. And why didn't you guys get married?
We had some drama, outside drama that kind of just made us.
Okay. You have no children though, right?
No, we didn't have any kids.
Okay. Is your father in your life?
Yes.
Were your mother and father married?
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to suggest, are you close to your dad?
Yes.
Does he help you vet and sort through the men you deal with?
No.
Well, that's a problem. Because if you're with a guy for 2.5 years and you picked him, you're 22. You don't have a lot of time to keep playing around. You need to actually get your feet on the ground, get realistic about who you are, what's available to you out here, and make a decision. Because when I hear a woman talking about reality TV stars and kids and all this other kind of stuff, and you're not even, it sounds like you're still playing with Barbies.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why so many of our sisters get stuck. You keep doing this, we're going to look up in 6 or 7 years from now, you're going to be one of these eternal sevens that keep calling into my show, angry that they can't find a man. And ask him, why did you lose? Did you had a man in the back and something was wrong? Was he in college too, the guy you were with?
He already graduated by the time we met.
Okay. So what's he doing with his life?
He's a project manager.
So who broke up with who?
It was a mutual agreement.
There's no mutual agreement, man. That's bullshit. That means you broke up with him. There's no mutual stuff. There's nothing that happens that way in the real life. You know what? There's somebody who precipitates it. I don't care, man. Just be realistic. Do you still communicate with him? Yes. How long ago did you guys break up? December.
It was December.
When was the last time you had sex?
Since April. So
right. So you had sex after the breakup.
Yeah.
Get some counseling. Go get your man back. Go live a life.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm going to leave it right there, man. I'm tired of seeing our young ladies just throw stuff away. Somebody could deal with you for 2.5 years. Again, what do I say? So many of our young women need to get off of social media. Kiki White it or whatever. What are we talking about here? See, like I said, you may not like my approach, but where can you go? Where else are you going to go to hear somebody tell you something that's close to being realistic, ladies? And I love it when you say, oh, well, you're just too harsh. You're too mean. Okay, see, there are plenty of men who would sit back and tell you, oh, go live your best life. Your man's going to come along and Boaz is going to find you. I'm not going to tell you that because that's not realistic. That's not how life works. I'm going to leave the line open because understand something. Far too many women want high value men. And what you're really saying is, I want the lifestyle your money can afford me. But yet, I'm not willing to do whatever. I'm not willing to even understand who you are. See, that's what I think is most interesting. The people, the women who complain about my platform, and there's some. They complain about the way you talk to women, what you say to women, because I tell women the truth that high value men want them to know. But see, they don't seem to have any problem with, for all you women who want to tell me that the way you speak to women, you don't seem to have any problem with these women wanting to use high value men. You see, I hear women talking about there's a woman on the other end, and the woman, her feelings on a woman. What about the men's feelings? What about what the men want? These men have to go out in the world and make something of themselves. And do you think these men want to just sit around and be used by women who have no idea what they want or nothing? 36 years old, and I deserve it. We have done a job on our women. You don't deserve anything. You earn it. Let me make this clear, black women. 51% of black men in the United States of America are single and childless. Blackdemographics.com. Go look for it yourself. Black statistics by black people for black people. 64% of black men are in the middle class. There are plenty of single, middle class, unmarried, and childless black men. Despite all the in jail, DL, or whatever, plenty of them. But do you want them? Do you want them? And then we sit around, talking about you deserve this, you deserve that. It's about work. If every black man in this country married a black woman tomorrow, there'd still be 2 million more black women that are single. This is blood sport, ladies. I'm telling you, if no one else told you, they've told you what you wanted to hear. You're a queen, you're this, you're that, you're fabulous. Just sit and wait. I'm telling you right now, your house is on fire and it's burning down. You better get competitive right now.
Hi everyone, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Spotlight News. First of all, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let's give legacy to the fallen legend, Papa Kevin Samuels, for his good work he did for the Black Society. First of all, we are here to say that hi everyone who has been commenting and liking. We love you all. First of all, let's give respect to Mr. KS because dealing with women it's very difficult. I just don't I just don't understand how a lady stands up and says, I want to be taken, but I don't want to obey my man. So which type of marriage is that going to be when you can't obey the person you want to settle in for, or the person who's going to take you? So a lot of ladies come in here when they are so confused and they don't know what to really say because they have a feeling that that's what they feel. They have a feeling that's what they have to do. They have a feeling that yeah, this is it, this is that, this is the other thing. So at the end of that day, they end up getting confused. That's why in this society, you find a lot of ladies so confused and they don't know what to do. Most especially the divorced ones, because someone divorces and when they come in here and they are asked, "Why did you divorce?" They end up saying, "Because I thought I would get a better man." But imagine after making someone a baby daddy, or after becoming a mother, and you now that's when you're planning that yeah, I should get someone better. At times, I call it being selfish because they end up leaving their kids to suffer out of the box and they are going in outside to look for other sources, whereby at times it becomes difficult. That's why it's only 10% of single mothers who will again remarry to the right partner. Most of them end up becoming single mothers for the third, second, and the last time. You end up being single mothers, and at the same time, the same thing is happening to the society, and which is normal to everywhere because this is what they think and they do what they think it's right for them. Even when it's not right, that's what they will think and that's what they will be doing. So at the end of the day, leaving everything aside, you find a lot of ladies suffering with their insecurities and lack of patience. At the end of the day, they lack motives of what they want. So you end up seeing them being confused. That's why it's only ladies that always call in to say all this nonsense and with a lot of confusions because they don't know what to do, you know. So that brings us to the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Love you all to my commenters, and don't forget that this is a season whereby we are almost ending a year. If you're there and you can do any charity, you can donate to the street kids, the old people, to those in the hospital. Please do, because you can help one another in your society so that you can be well, or we can save one another. Bye bye. May God bless you.